Welcome to the new easiest cargo guide in BTD6 version 39.2. I actually made one of these for the previous version, but I think it's outdated now with the new changes in the newest update, so thank you Ninja Kiwi. But anyway, this strat really just is pod for cleanup and Moab Dom for that massive stalling and Moab damage. Combine that with level 20 ezili, which we do get in this run, and it's just a recipe for destruction. Start with the Dart Monkey right there so it shoots down that horizontal line. Put it on last, very important, and then get a sub in the water right there, as left as possible. Leave the sub on first, turn auto start off for now. Just going to make your end around placements easier. Remember, don't use code ONWE in the BTD6 shop, use code Dorio instead, because he's still using a bootleg version of Sony Vegas Pro that he downloaded from some shady website over 3 years ago, and he needs to replace it with an actual decent video editor. At the end of round 7, get a boomerang monkey as top left as you can in that corner. Set it to last. Upgrade it to long range rangs at the start of round 9. And then get red hot rangs at the end of round 9, so before round 10. Red hot rangs is actually one of the best upgrades in the entire game. At the end of round 12, get ezili right next to your boomer. Put her on strong and make sure you don't put her too far down the bottom. We want her to be pretty much in line with the boomer. Get faster throwing at the end of round 13. Then faster rangs at the end of round 14. At the end of round 15, get a sniper right there so that it shoots down a straight path on that vertical track. So pretty much just above the vertical track. Set your sniper to strong, and after that you can turn auto start on. Get full metal jacket at the start of round 18. And then just start upgrading your sniper to shrapnel shot, so 120. 120 sniper just goes super hard. Get shrapnel for round 21 and just make that round a lot easier. And then after 21, get a druid above that van, but as low as you can. And then just start upgrading that druid to a 130 because again, this is the best tower in the entire game. The druid placement really doesn't matter, just don't put it too high up because we need to fit a village above it, so keep it lower and it'll be easier for you in the future. Get draw to the jungle mid 27, and then set it to first. That's really important because it's our only cleanup at the moment, so we really need to use it as a cleanup tower. Make sure you get hard thorns as well. And then upgrade your boomer to a 032 bio boomer at the end of round 31. This guy's going to be our round 40 destroyer. 042 boomer just completely wrecks the Moab because red hot rangs is insane. By turbocharge mid 37 or at the end of 37. It's only needed to beat the Moab, so just make sure you get it before the start of 39 because there is a cooldown when you buy the upgrade, and we do need it off cooldown for round 40 obviously. On round 40, use turbocharge and just completely wipe out the Moab. And then turn off auto start during 41 because we want to place our village at the end of the round. At the end of 41, get your village and you want to line up the bottom part of its range with the top part of that yellow van down the bottom there. It's not really a precise placement, just line it up about there and you'll be fine. Give it the discount upgrades and then buy a wizard below your boomer, as high as possible, and upgrade it to a 203 shimmer. At the start of 43, use turbocharge again, and then buy necromancer at the end of 43. Upgrade your village to jungle drums mid 45, and then get a bomb shooter below your wizard and above your village, and then just start upgrading it to a 204 recursive cluster with heavy bombs because the middle cross path sucks. So get your recursive cluster mid 48. It's needed for 49, so make sure you get it before that. And just have auto start off before 50 so we can place something before we get some Moabs again during 50 and going forward. Place a boomer on the left side there, as high as possible while still being in village range. About there is totally fine. Upgrade it to a 024 press, set it to strong, and then also upgrade your village to a 302 primary training. At the end around 50, get an alch between your necromancer and your bomb shooter, upgrade it to a 320, and now you can just turn auto start back on because it's completely chill from here. No abilities or anything until we get pod. All you have to do is just buy a stronger stimulant when you can afford it. So get it before 54, mid 53. And at any time if you feel unlucky with Necromancer RNG, feel free to use your turbocharge ability, but it's completely unnecessary. Unless you get unlucky with pod RNG. Or in this case, Necromancer RNG for now, but that doesn't happen in my test runs, it didn't happen, so it shouldn't happen to you. Make sure you set your sniper to first as well. That doesn't really do much, but it's for the future. So just set it to first, and now you can chill all the way till we afford pod. On round 60, I recommend you use turbocharge. It's not actually necessary from my test runs, but just RNG prevention. So use it for sure, because it really doesn't hurt at all. I'm back during round 70, we're about to afford pod, so buy that mid-round, and we get it just in time for 71, which is actually kind of a hard round. And just a quick side note on any of the previous rounds, as you saw 63, 64, 65, you don't need abilities, but you can definitely use them if you want to. For example, you can hex on 64 or 65. You can hex on both actually, but it's not necessary. You can also use turbocharge on 63, but as you see in the recording, it's not necessary. For the round 80 ZOMG, use Hex. And now it's AFK again until round 85. On 85, use Hex when you see a ZOMG. Timing doesn't really matter. Just not too early, not too late. And I've crafted this run perfectly so that we afford Dom before 87, which is really one of the harder rounds of the 80s, but here we go. Get Dom at the end of 86, and yeah, it's Jova. I know Slim's gonna like me saying that, it's Jova completely. From now, all you have to do is just start upgrading your sniper to a 420. Because we can afford it, even though it's really not necessary, you can actually beat this map with like 30k left over, but it's just for RNG prevention on round 99, but we'll get to that later. So continue upgrading that sniper to a 420 and make sure it's on first. That's important obviously because it's a main and we want to keep it stalling any of the smaller Moabs and such. Once you have your 420 sniper, get a glue below your boomer, and then just start upgrading it to a 023 on strong. Again, not necessary at all really, just RNG prevention for round 99. And yeah, now the setup is complete, you don't have to do anything, there's no abilities or anything. You can use Hex if you want to on 95, 96, whatever, like it really doesn't matter. During 97, I recommend you turn off auto start. And you don't need to use any abilities, don't use Hex though, that's very important that you don't use Hex, we need it for 98. You can use turbocharge if you want though, I didn't have to as you see, but if you feel unsafe, go for it. And then for 98, all you have to do is just Hex when you see a ZOMG, or just a few seconds into the round, it doesn't really matter. And you can watch Ezili's pop count just fly upwards, which is nice. At the end of 98, set your maim to strong, that's really important, and use turbocharge as well. That is just for some RNG prevention with the Fort DDTs. At the end of 99, get level 20 ezili, and then just use Hex on the bad. As you can well imagine, just destroy that thing completely. Get your free insta, and your super easy win. There is ability usage, but there's like no timing. And very little RNG, so hope you enjoyed. Pretty fun run, pretty easy guide too, so hope you get this fat black border, and this helps you with the collection event.